Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga etc. and I'm here today to bring you the review for Toriko Manga chapter 338. So the chapter starts off, the first 4 to 5 pages is of Master Jiro versus this thing, and what we get from this part of the chapter is Master Jiro, he goes in for some knocking, and he realized in an instant that this isn't gonna work, and at the same time this thing realized, yo, I'm not about to be fighting some chump right now. So they both power up. We see Jiro go into his this huge wedge mode, just all of that, and then this thing takes another form. Like, cause I don't know much about this thing, I can't say, oh my gosh, it's going into a stronger form, but we can safely assume that it's gone into a stronger form. And then this bit of the chapter ends off with Master Jiro. He's going in for attack, which he calls Big Bang, and then which he calls Big Bang, and at the same time Setsuno is like, no Jiro, don't attack the world. So I'm only assuming that this attack is going to be on a worse scale than when he was able to use knocking on the whole world. I think this attack is going to be very devastating, and I can't wait to see what it does, hopefully in the next chapter. So the rest of the chapter is focused on Midora versus Joa, if you want to call it that. That's what the chapter calls it. That's what the chapter is called. But they do most of their conversation is them talking and hardly any fighting. The fact they're fighting, as far as the chapter is concerned, only lasted 1.1 seconds, and in this 1.1 second is when Midora, he saw Joa, he confused her for someone else, and he froze. And the chapter says that in this 1.1 seconds he froze, and Joa took this opportunity to attack. But we then later on find out that Midora also counter-attacked during this same time. We find out that Midora's attack was fast enough to actually kill Joa 8 times, because his attack took out 8 of those life orb things, which was able to we find out that it substitutes a food spirit's life in order for the other person's life, and Midora's attack took out 8 of them. So Midora was fast enough to kill Joa 8 times. I'm just saying. In the rest of the chapter, we find out a couple of things. So we find out that how Joa is the reincarnation of Froze, and Midora asks, why didn't Froze come back to life? And Joa's answer to this is that Froze didn't want to come back. She didn't want to come back to life simply because she feared the thing which is in Acacia. So instead of Froze coming back to life, we got Joa instead. We also find that Acacia's goal is to eat, basically, to eat and consume, and just find the tastes of the worlds and the universe that have been forgotten through time and space. Yeah, that is not Midora's, Acacia's goal, just to eat, consume, and just refine lost tastes which still exist through gourmet cell memories. So they want to use gourmet cell memories to rediscover lost tastes, and etc, etc. That is Acacia's goal. What else happened in this chapter? We see there's this bit in the chapter where Joa mentions how that back in the day that there was this creature that only gives a 0.1 second opening once every 1 million years. And I think that this creature is the same creature that is lurking in Area 1, and that like a little bit of it is now currently fighting Jiro. I think these two creatures are interlinked somehow. It would make sense, because if it's not, then why mention this creature in this chapter? So I think there's something going on there as well. I also want to mention that how in the chapter it says that how the universe was created by a gourmet Big Bang, aka the Big Bang Theory. So that's opened up some things for the Toriko verse. So I guess there's no gods in the Toriko verse. I know there's the ingredient called God, but it looks like there's no actual gods in the Toriko verse, which is sad. So Toriko is a verse that's based up on the beliefs of science. That's sad. The last bit of the chapter, we get the gourmet monster, which is in Joa. It starts talking, and it just says the wrong thing, and it goes and calls Froze foolish, and this upsets Midora. He says he's not getting emotional, but we all know he is getting emotional, and he just flips, and he just decides, he just says, yo, meteor spikes, and then he just rains down meteor spikes, and that's how the chapter ends. And then you saw what that did pre-time skip, so what's it gonna do now? And yeah, guys, that is the chapter. Like always, I'm asking for your thoughts. Oh, sorry, I forgot the rating. This will be a 4-star chapter. And like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.